Marcus was in the shower, but his phone wouldn't stop ringing. I couldn't resist glancing at it. All the messages were from the Gen Z intern mentioned picking up from work a few times. There were several suggestive videos, with her wearing a sultry slip dress and cat ears. Boss, you work so hard. Here's a dance to help you de-stress. Do you like it? Meow. The internet says if you confess to your boss, you can slack off whenever you want. See, can I just take it easy, sir? You're so strict with me. My husband's profile picture was our wedding photo. His chat background was a picture of us holding hands, showing off our wedding rings. How dare she? Just then, my husband walked out of the shower. I threw the phone at him, my face cold. You replied to your own messages. Why were you secretly looking at my phone? I shot him a glance. As he scrolled through his phone, there wasn't a hint of guilt on his face, and his wet-toned abs remained firm. Was I overthinking it? Our phone passwords were the same. So how was it secretly looking? I stayed silent, sullenly running my hands over his abs to vent my anger. He naturally put an arm around my shoulder, tapped his phone a few times, and tossed it onto the bedside table. It's late. Let's sleep. He lightly kissed my forehead, turned off the bedside lamp, and rolled over, turning his back to me, a thorn in my heart. I wanted to speak several times, but I was afraid of seeming petty, so I kept quiet. Later that night, when I got up, I opened his phone as if possessed. I saw his recent reply, "Kiddo, cut it out." He had also muted notifications for their chat. Chloe replied playfully, "Hey emph." Then he'll unsend it, not letting the big bad wolf see. The videos were unsent. I stared at the chat window, a sharp pain twisting in my heart. I tapped open his photo album and scrolled through it. Those dance videos were right there. In the deleted items, there was also a photo of him, secretly taken by the intern. She was pouting, kissing a cup, and Marcus's working profile was visible in the gap, sweet like a bittersweet secret crush novel. The photo's timestamp was 3 days ago. Yet, the chat history between them for that day was completely empty. I didn't need to wonder. He had deleted any chat logs he didn't want me to see. I clutched the phone, which had automatically turned off after being untouched for a long time. Marcus and I got married right after college, and it had been 8 years since then. Our relationship had always been good. In college, I was the one who pursued him first. He was the aloof heartthrob of the chemistry department. I chased him for 3 years until we gradually fell in love, and I won him over. Now, 8 years into our marriage, we had been trying to conceive for 3. It had countless fertility injections to have a baby, but my husband was calling another woman kiddo, and secretly saving suggestive videos of the intern behind my back, fighting back my hurt. I sent a trembling message to the intern. I will deal with my husband, but if you send such shameless videos again, especially to a married man, I'll post them online for everyone to see your slutty behavior. I violently shook my husband awake, who was sleeping soundly. Is this what you meant when you said at our wedding that you'd only love me this lifetime? The words weren't even out before tears streamed down my face. Marcus ignored my tears, only angered by being woken up. What are you doing? Going crazy in the middle of the night instead of sleeping? I threw the phone at his face. If you had nothing to hide, why save and then delete photos and videos? And delete them incompletely. Were you planning to secretly savor them later? I expected him to make up all sorts of excuses to gloss over it. But to my surprise, Marcus looked at the photos, paused for a few seconds, and then flat out admitted, "Men have needs, what's the big deal?" I was furious. Are you an animal? Can't even control your lower half. I'm at home, getting fertility injections, and you're shamelessly flirting with an intern a generation younger than you. Are you even human? He forcefully pried my hand from his pajama collar. Keep your voice down. Don't wake my parents. I haven't cheated. I just looked at a beautiful woman a couple of times. What's wrong with that? You live off me, and I haven't divorced you despite your inability to have children. Isn't that enough to prove my love? He frowned tightly, looking at the WhatsApp message I sent, then suddenly raised his voice and yelled, "That young girl is more sensible than you are. The kiddo likes me, and she just acts a little cute to please me. She knows what she should and shouldn't do. You're a grown woman, and all you do is throw a tantrum in the middle of the night like a lunatic." When he saw that he had accidentally pushed me down, a hint of guilt flashed in Marcus's eyes. His hand, wearing a wedding ring, reached out to help me, but then the bedroom door burst open. What's all the noise about in the middle of the night? It was happening again. I'd told them millions of times to at least knock before entering our room, and not to come in without permission. But every time, they just pushed the door open, it'd install a lock, and they'd remove it the next day. Eleanor saw me on the floor, pointed at my head, and started yelling, "You're a light sleeper. Is this how a daughter-in-law acts? You have no common sense. How did my son end up marrying such an ill-mannered brat?" All the years of resentment boiled over, and for the first time, I yelled back at her, "Are you blind? Didn't you see your son push me down?" To my surprise, Eleanor suddenly raised her hand and slapped me, "Darling son. This is the result of you spoiling this disrespectful woman. She's walking all over your mother." Marcus stood up angrily. "How dare you speak to an elder like that? Kneel and apologize to my mom now." I clutched my stinging face, realizing with clarity that no one in this family would ever stand by me. "You said it. You said you'd save me first if your mom and I fell into the sea. And you'd side with me during arguments. That's why I agreed to live with your parents. Now your mom hit me. You're not helping me. And you're telling me to kneel and apologize?" Marcus grew uncomfortable under my gaze, turning his face away. "Apologize? Don't make me slap you too," Eleanor sneered. "I'm his mother. How could he possibly help an outsider like you?" "Outsider?" I laughed bitterly, despairing. "Fine, then divorce. You two are cut from the same cloth. Go live together. Take your cheating young fling, and you'll have a wife and kids all at once. That I didn't have children with trash like you is truly the greatest luck of my life." His mother heard my words and excitedly hugged Marcus. "My son is so capable. He has a new woman on the side. I always said marrying someone so unsophisticated wouldn't work out." Marcus tacitly accepted his mother's insults towards me. I pulled out my ID card and household registration booklet, grabbed my phone, and was about to leave this disgusting home. But as I reached the door, Marcus blocked me. "What are you doing? Putting on a show and running off so late? I know exactly how much money you have. You can't even afford a motel. Do you really dare to run off? In the end, you'll just crawl back to me shamefacedly." His eyes were scornful, confidently gripping my Achilles heel. "No money." When we first got married, Marcus claimed his salary was higher than mine, and he righteously confiscated my earnings, saying it was perfectly natural for a woman to hand her money over to her man. Later, because we were trying to conceive, I had to go to the hospital for checkups every week. He forced me to quit my art gallery sales job, without income. I had to ask him for even a few dollars for groceries. To maintain some dignity, I worked as a patient escort at the hospital, running around to earn extra cash. But he took all that money too, giving me only 300 yuan a month for pocket money. He shoved me, pulling me back into the house. "Stop putting on a brave face. Go humble yourself to my mom. I'll explain to the kiddo tomorrow that your outburst was just a momentary impulse, and in the future, control your temper. You're an old, faded housewife. Who would want you now? How hard is it to find a job? You're so out of touch with society. Like an idiot. They wouldn't even hire you to clean toilets. If you end up waiting tables somewhere and run into me, where will you put your face? This time, I'll overlook your petty behavior. But remember this. I'm the head of this household." I looked at his barely concealed triumphant expression, arranging my every move like an emperor. I truly regretted being so blind all these years, so blindly infatuated. My parents came from a high-status family and had completely disapproved of me marrying down. They said if I went through with it, they wouldn't give me any dowry. I tried every way to avoid him meeting my parents, but thought my parents were country folk, ashamed to meet their son-in-law, and readily agreed, saying he was marrying me, not my family, and he would cherish and spoil me all over again. I wholeheartedly believed the brilliant college student he was then. My mother cried, telling me that if I gave up marrying down, I would still be her sweetie. But I still firmly believed in my choice, solemnly assuring her that he was different from other men. For years, I cut off contact with my parents, wanting only to make my marriage work, but he turned out to be a lost cause. I looked at him with disdain. "Even cleaning toilets is a million times better than living with a bastard like you." His triumphant smile froze on his face, completely dumbfounded by the scolding. "Grace, don't take my kindness for granted." I pushed him away. "I've had the worst luck to marry a bastard like you. Just wait to sign the divorce agreement." I shook him off, opened the front door, and walked out. Marcus yelled so loud that the motion sensor lights in the entire hallway came on. "Then go listen well in a noisy motel. Hear how other women serve men, learn a lesson. I'll be waiting for you to crawl back and beg me." I wandered aimlessly around the sprawling city for a while. Finally, feeling uneasy, I walked into a luxury hotel I hadn't stayed in since my marriage, cautiously pulling out a black I hadn't used in 8 years. Beep. Card approved. My stinging eyes couldn't hold back tears when I heard the payment success sound. It turned out the only people who truly loved me were my own parents. I cried all night in the luxury bed at the hotel, falling asleep at some point. When I woke up, my phone was full of missed calls and hundreds of WhatsApp messages. Marcus was frantically searching for me. I opened the messages, only to find they were all about the intern. Grace, you've ruined me. Do you know that? Don't you know that kiddo has a powerful background? Because of your crazy outburst, sending her harassment messages, my job is on the line now. Get out here and apologize. Stop playing dead. It turned out the intern had posted on her company chat app's social media, specifically complaining about me, and the entire company saw it. I was just playing a joke, confessing to my boss. I didn't expect his wife to take it seriously. So annoying. He's so much older than me, and his wife still treats him like gold, an old woman who's almost menopausal, still having a crush on older men. How could I have anything with my boss? My future fiancé is Leo, Sterling's eldest heir. Tomorrow I'll ask Leo to help me get rid of the people I don't like. Hey, Leo, wasn't that my childhood friend? As far as I knew, his parents were desperate for him to marry, but he had always stayed away from women. Where did he get a fiancé? Marcus was able to work at a subsidiary of Sterling. I had pulled strings for him back then. Quietly, when he first started, he felt the company was too small for his grand ambitions, and he truly despised it. But after several job changes, no other company would hire him. It took him 7 or 8 years of struggle to finally become a general manager at the subsidiary. He started treating his current job as a lifeline, bragging that he was a boss at a publicly traded company, and acted like a big shot when going out now. A baseless social media post from an intern could make him freak out. Terrified of losing his job, I called Leo, and he answered immediately. I never thought I'd live to see the day I'd get a call from Ms. Grace. He still had that playful, mischievous demeanor from back then. I used to think he was annoying, but now hearing his voice was reassuring. If it hadn't been for a twist of fate back then, I might have actually agreed to my parents and married him. I directly asked him about the fiancé. There's a girl named Chloe who says she's your fiancé. Do you know her? Leo chuckled. I've only ever had one fiancé since I was little, and she got snatched away by someone else. But that name, it sounds familiar somehow. Leo thought for a long time but couldn't recall. I didn't press him. It was good that she wasn't his fiancé. Do me a favor and transfer Marcus to the cleaning team. If he doesn't like it, he can leave. He thinks that girl has connections, right? Let him keep misunderstanding. To appease that woman pretending to be rich, I didn't believe you wouldn't cooperate with my divorce. Leo's eyes lit up when he heard this. The grudge of a stolen wife. I can finally get my revenge. I shook my head, smiling bitterly at his words, as expected. As soon as the transfer notice was issued, Marcus couldn't sit still, harassing me like a mad dog. You jinx, thanks to you, I've offended a big shot. I've put up with you, a country girl, for so many years. You're useless at work and haven't helped me one bit. And you can't even have a child. Don't you feel guilty? Now my career is on the rise, and I have big plans for the company. Get out here immediately and apologize with me. If you keep playing dead, don't blame me for divorcing you. After an aromatherapy spa, I was drinking red wine in the Sky Lounge on the 88th floor. Finally, I heard this mad dog bring up divorce. Fine, divorce. I sent him the hotel location. Come sign the papers. Half an hour later, Marcus appeared in the hotel lobby, impeccably dressed in a suit, looking quite presentable. He held up his phone, raising his sharp jawline, and started a Zoom meeting live stream for everyone. Chloe, I'm going to make her apologize to you right now. Any grievances you've suffered, I'll make sure you get your revenge. Marcus saw me coming down the glass elevator, flipped his phone camera, and aimed it at me. Grace, I give you 3 minutes to apologize to Chloe live, in front of all the company employees. Otherwise, don't blame me for ignoring our marital TIs and divorcing you. I raised an eyebrow. Apologize? Impossible. Let's divorce. I threw the signed divorce agreement onto his face, in front of his audience of thousands watching the live stream. You're going too far. Do you think I'll give you a single penny if we divorce? Don't dream about it. We don't have children, so you won't get a cent of assets or alimony. Then you'll have no money to live on. Let's see what you'll do. I scoffed, mocking him dismissively. Don't worry. I don't care for your petty cash. Just sign it. Chloe, connected via live video call, was unhappy that I didn't bow my head. How can there be such a shameless old woman like you? I'm ashamed to be the same gender as you. Whatever money you have, your boss brother provided for you. If you can't help him achieve great success, fine, but you shamelessly look down on the poor and flatter the rich. Do you even deserve it? Did your parents never teach you gratitude? From her words, it was clear Marcus had complained to her often about my lack of a job. I can't help him achieve great success. I look down on the poor and flatter the rich. I laughed in anger. You're so noble. Why don't you take him off my hands, this scoundrel? I will. Chloe said it, then realized it was inappropriate, blurting out her true thoughts in her haste. I mean, that's what a good woman should do. A good woman should help a man achieve his ambitions. Marcus was moved to tears by her words. Chloe, are you really willing to talk to Mr. Sterling for me and get me transferred back? The company colleagues in the live stream praised Chloe for being loyal. Chloe's eyes darted, and under the atmosphere of flattery, she gritted her teeth and agreed. You're so outstanding. And you're my boss brother. Of course I'm willing to help you. She pretended to pick up her phone, mumbling. It's just that Leo is quite busy. I secretly texted Leo, asking him to send the transfer notice in the company group chat. A few minutes later, the group chat exploded. Headquarters announced that Marcus's previous job transfer was a sending error. The transfer was now revoked, and he was reinstated to his original position. Chloe, thank you. Thank you so much. Marcus couldn't help but kiss the phone screen several times. Chloe shyly lowered her head, actually taking credit for it. Marcus, you are my boss. It's not good to do this in front of everyone, Chloe. I really don't know how to thank you enough. Chloe shyly said, brother, just take care of yourself, and you'll be happy. You're so talented, but dragged down by such trash. I really feel sorry for you. These words resonated deeply with Marcus. He glared at me from the corner of his eye. Indignantly, if you feel so sorry for him, why don't you dump Leo and get together with your boss brother? You rotten woman, don't slander my pure friendship with my boss brother. Leo and I, well, we just had an unexpected connection, nothing serious. And this time, to speak well for my boss brother, he's mad at me, and our engagement was put on hold. If he doesn't want you, I want you. Marcus rushed forward in desperation. Don't worry, with your family background and my talent and ability, I can definitely make you happy. Marcus knelt down, picked up the divorce agreement I had thrown on the ground, and signed his name without hesitation. He held up the signed divorce papers and paraded them around. Chloe, did you see? My sincerity is clear for all to see. If this woman dares to harm a single hair on your head, I will destroy her entire world. Will you give me a chance at true love? Chloe was swept away by the sudden happiness, nodding repeatedly without hesitation. 11 years of acquaintance, 8 years of marriage. My cheating husband proposed to another woman the second after signing the divorce agreement. I had wanted to set up this adulterous pair, but I never imagined they were already so impatient in their lustful state. A social climber met a woman pretending to be rich. What a perfect match of penniless phonies. Marcus, clarify in front of the live stream and everyone present that from now on, you and I have no connection. The words he thought would flow out got caught in his throat. He couldn't make a sound. Perhaps remembering the brief moments of tenderness between us over the past 8 years, after only a slight pause, Marcus hardened his heart, stood on the hotel's fountain steps, and loudly declared, I, Marcus, was meant for great things in my youth. It was all Grace's fault for holding me back. Today, I'm cutting ties with you once and for all. We owe each other nothing, and we'll never cross paths again. After saying this, he cradled his phone as if it were a treasure, and swaggered out of the hotel lobby, full of vigor. The cooling-off period ended, and I received my divorce certificate. Less than half a month later, I received Marcus and Chloe's wedding announcement, forwarded by a classmate. The wedding was grand and lively. When I married him, to save money, I didn't even wear a wedding dress, let alone have a ceremony. To repay him, I was very thoughtful. It wasn't until the second day of his new marriage that I had Leo send a notice for this groom, so full of grand ambitions, to clean toilets. Marcus had said one thing right. He really had offended a big shot. Except that big shot was me. Why is Mr. Sterling still giving me trouble? Didn't you say you made up with him? Go find him quickly. Speak well of me to Mr. Sterling. How can a high-caliber talent like me be cleaning toilets? He was in the restroom, arguing with Chloe, reeking of excrement and wearing pink rubber gloves for cleaning toilets. I came out of the women's restroom and saw the scene. Today was the semi-annual performance review meeting for the subsidiary, to prepare for taking over the company. I was attending with Leo. Grace, what are you doing here? Marcus didn't recognize my completely transformed self. Chloe was like Shed had her tail stepped on. You bitch, you're divorced. Why are you still clinging to someone else's husband? She covered Marcus's eyes, staring fixedly. Husband, you're not allowed to look. I forbid it. I dried my hands, smiling scornfully. I'm here because Leo invited me, of course. Do you think I'm like you, gravitating towards problematic people? Marcus impatiently pushed her away. What nonsense are you talking about? You think dressing nicely will help you climb the social ladder? A big shot like Mr. Sterling would never be interested in you. You're too embarrassed to admit you came to find me. No need for such a lame excuse. I know you can't live without me. Oh, actually, about you. I walked past the man who was rambling to himself. Marcus tried to grab me again. Just then, a notification popped up in the group chat. Mr. Sterling is here for inspection. Everyone welcome him. He looked like H found a magic cure. Quick, Mr. Sterling is here. Beg him personally to transfer me back. If you don't complete the task, don't blame me for ditching you and getting back with my ex-wife. Chloe refused to leave the restroom, but Marcus dragged her out. Chloe fell, conveniently landing at Leo's feet as he exited the elevator, expecting him to help her up, but quickly pulled back his dress shoe, giving the scammer no opportunity. Chloe's hands grasped at empty air, making an awkward clap in mid-air. The manager immediately explained, Mr. Sterling, we've always taken good care of Chloe for you. Rest assured. Everyone in the company treats her like a princess. Are you an idiot? Leo's face showed anger. When did I ever have anything to do with this woman? I don't even know anyone named Chloe. Chloe's head dropped lower and lower, biting her lip, tears in her eyes. She looked up. Leo, I know you're mad at me. Who's your brother? What kind of random person could make me angry? My father doesn't have mistresses or affairs. In my family, cheating directly leads to facing severe consequences. The manager was completely dumbfounded by the scolding. But didn't you arrange for your future wife to take over the company? We were just showing respect to the new leader early. Grace, Leo greeted me with a smile as I came out. See, this is my esteemed fiancée. All eyes turned to me. How can a country girl like her be your fiancée? Marcus was stunned. Leo put his arm around me. Grace and I are childhood sweethearts. She is my only fiancée. I quietly nudged him, whispering, it's just a collaboration. When did I become your fiancée? You just got married, but you never broke off our engagement. So of course you're my fiancée. Unable to argue with his twisted logic, I linked my arm with his and walked to the meeting room. Impossible. This must be a hired actor you brought. You're all being tricked. He's not Mr. Sterling at all. He's just a hired actor my wife found to make me angry. Chloe, quickly contact the real Mr. Sterling. He grabbed Chloe's shoulders, shaking her violently. You rotten woman. Quickly contact Mr. Sterling for me. Chloe cried out in pain, grabbing her phone in fear and dialing randomly, but each time it said the number could not be reached. I remember now. I knew the name. Chloe sounded familiar. She's that wealthy family stalker. She stalked every rich man in our circle you can name, even 80-year-olds. Dozens of restraining orders were issued, and I heard she spent half a month in jail before finally behaving herself. How did you hire someone like this? Leo demanded from the person in charge. The HR manager was called over and after a moment's thought, remembered that Chloe had been personally guaranteed and admitted exceptionally by Marcus himself. The truth was revealed. But Marcus still refused to believe it. How is that possible? She was the one who got me reinstated with just one message. Everyone saw it that day. My wife is the real heiress. Chloe, quickly contact Mr. Sterling. Marcus grabbed a handful of Chloe's hair in his desperation. Let go. Let go. I don't know Mr. Sterling. You're hurting me. Watching the adulterous pair fighting like cats and dogs, I kindly told him the truth. She doesn't know any Mr. Sterling. She was lying to you. It was me who told Leo to summon you from the restroom and dismiss you like a dog. To toy with you. Marcus knelt on the ground, looking up at me blankly. Now open your derogatory eyes and see clearly. No one will help you achieve great things, because you don't deserve it. The one whose life was truly ruined and dragged down wasn't you, Marcus. It was me, Grace. I immediately instructed the HR manager to fire both of them, one for violating regulations, the other for abusing authority, and to blacklist them from the entire industry. Fired? No. You can't fire me. Chloe stood up, disheveled, clutching her stomach and shouting, I'm pregnant. You can't fire a pregnant woman, or I'll sue your company for discriminating against pregnant women. I frowned. just about to call the legal department to handle the situation. To my surprise, Marcus heard her words, slapped Chloe across the face, knocking her to the ground. "You hit me?" He ignored her crying accusations, going wild, slapping her several more times. "I'm slapping you, you bitch. I have azoospermia. How did you get pregnant? You ungrateful wretch." I was shocked by his words. So all these years of humiliation and guilt, had I been deceived by him? I thought I couldn't conceive because of my own body. He told me the same, saying I had uterine issues making pregnancy difficult, and even interrogated me about whether I'd had a miscarriage before, asking how many men I'd slept with, making me take all sorts of herbal remedies and countless injections. His parents also kept taking me to doctors, all convinced it was my problem. The nightmares that had haunted me for years were actually the result of being betrayed by the one closest to me. If hadn't caught me in time, I would have almost fainted from anger. "Call the police," I said weakly. Chloe had been beaten unconscious, her lower body a bloody mess. Seeing that someone had actually called the police to arrest him, Marcus's enraged eyes faltered. "Why call the police for hitting my own wife?" The arriving security guards struggled with Marcus. Leo protected me as we went upstairs. The shouting left behind. Unexpectedly, Marcus found some unknown strength and managed to escape before the police. "Mr. Sterling, Ms. Grace, he has a company access card. He might still be hiding somewhere in the company. What do you think?" Leo and I exchanged a glance and decided to be on the safe side, temporarily canceling the meeting and having a car pick us up downstairs. We were escorted to the car by security, just a kilometer out. Passing the mandatory turn at the intersection, a sudden brake, Marcus suddenly ran out and blocked our car. His head, face, and body were covered in blood, some his own, some the woman's. He had a crazed expression and desperate eyes, standing in front of our car. I thought he was going to smash the car, but to my surprise, he dropped to his knees in front of the car. "Wife, I was wrong. I was really wrong. It was just a momentary lapse. That woman seduced me first. If I hadn't thought she could help me get a promotion and raise, I definitely wouldn't have married her. You're the only one I love, wife. Please, give me another chance, okay? Just have pity on me." I told the driver to flash the high beams at him, hoping he would give up and retreat, but he miserably crawled on his knees to the car, embracing the headlights. "Leaving you made me realize that you're still the one I love. Only you. We met in college. You were carrying a pastel yellow umbrella. That's why I chose pastel yellow for the nursery, under the 11th tree by the lab building. I buried our marriage vows I wrote for you. We promised that 10 years from now, we'd dig them up, and I'd recite them to you. Word for word, I did lie to you. I can't give you a child, but I've already thought it through. We'll adopt 2 children, a boy and a girl, one with your last name, one with mine. I remember all of this. I still owe you a grand wedding. I feed our pet turtle every day. Wait for me to come home and see them. Can we go home, please?" He closed his eyes, tears streaming down his face. Every word felt like a stab in my heart. He once wore a mask of humanity and shared intimacy with me, then shed it and cast me aside like trash. Now, he's trying to use the dreams we once wove to drag me back into hell. I told the driver to drive closer while honking loudly, to scare away this disgusting beast. Several attempts had no effect. He became enraged, changing his demeanor and yelling in the street. "The CEO of Sterling is stealing my wife and assaulting people. Will any kind souls help me? My name is Marcus. I used to be an employee of Sterling, but he took a liking to my wife and fired me. My wife, Grace, is being held captive in his car. I want to take my wife home. Our child is waiting for their mother to come home. Sterling is abusing power and assaulting people. They're bullying me to death." His cries for help instantly caused a commotion. "I love my wife, Grace. I just want to take her home. Please, can anyone help me? I beg all of you." The corporation sign still hung high nearby. Passersby gathered, pointing and whispering. Our car was trapped, the crowd was incited, and some even started to throw stones at us. In the emergency, I happened to see a large LED billboard at the street corner. I quickly told Leo to contact someone to play a video. The shaky phone video recording clearly showed Marcus's face as he stood on the hotel's fountain steps. He loudly declared, Marcus, was meant for great things in my youth. It was all Grace's fault for holding me back. Today, I'm finally divorcing this jinx and marrying my true love. I'm cutting ties with you once and for all. We owe each other nothing, and we'll never cross paths again." The immediate public humiliation rendered Marcus speechless. More people picked up stones and pelted him. the police car finally arrived, subdued Marcus, and put him in the car. As he was getting into the police car, our car window passed by. I rolled down the window and looked at him. The moment our eyes met, he looked away. From this moment on, you and I owe each other nothing, Marcus. We'll never cross paths again. 10 years of knowing each other ended with these 23 words. If I only had 3 drinks, it wouldn't be enough to toast to this tragic marriage, but thankfully the rest of my life is long. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any thoughts about this story, feel free to share them in the comment section.